Hello guys, this is my qualifying session that I did for the GT Series. Yeah. So, this is like, I entered this qualifying thinking, I'm just going to put a half decent lap in, just to put me ahead of other guys. You know, I wasn't... Because at this point I was not ultra confident in my speed with this car and track combination to actually go mega fast. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm just gonna go with the flow. So I'm doing an out lap, so I'm obviously not pushing right now, just feeling myself, feeling the track out, you know. Hopefully kind of getting a good feel for where I am, ready for my hot lap. But I was always thinking that there's a likelihood that I'll crash out, because actually qualifying sessions, you do actually get a safety rating. If you crash out in a qualifying, it affects your safety rating, or if you do clean laps in qualifying, your safety rating will go up. So I think that's kind of a good idea. So I'm thinking, okay, this is my first hot lap. I'm just gonna try and go fast, but I'm not gonna really push the boundaries. Just as long as I feel in control of the car, that's all good. So here we go. I'm feeling okay about this lap. Trying not to spin out, trying to go fast but within my comfort zone. You know, this corner is so important. That series of corners is mega important. You kind of need to let the car flow through there and accelerate out. If you can do that, you really gain a lot of time. Sometimes I can do that, but sometimes I have a tendency to not do that. So yeah. Anyway, I'm coming to the end of my first hot lap. I'm thinking to myself that this could be an okay time. You know, at least I'm not spun out. So here we go, accelerating out through that last lap. And I did a 119.234, so I'm thinking, okay, that's not too bad, a 119 in qualifying. I'm quite happy with that. I'm just, trying to ease myself, thinking maybe I can go a little bit faster, but I don't want to spin out, I don't want to crash out, I want to go fast, but I don't want to push myself too much. So, I don't know, it's kind of weird with this game. Like right now I'm kind of feeling that I'm kind of doing well. Like, you see that flowed pretty well for me. That was a good flow there through those S's. So I'm thinking right now, oh actually this could be an even faster lap. I'm wondering if I can break through into 118s in qualifying is what I'm kind of wondering. I got the last corner pretty good, accelerate out, and let's see what the lap time is. There you go, a 118.550, so to be honest, I was very happy with that. For me to do a 118.550 in a qualifying session, I'm thinking for me that's really good. So to be honest right now, I'm thinking if it naturally happens that I can go faster, if I have the feeling to go faster without, crashing out, then that's fine. But otherwise, I'm thinking to myself, just do whatever you can not to crash out, but do a few more laps, to get more SR, because you actually get SR for qualifying. rather than just quitting out now after doing 3 laps or 2.5 laps, why don't I at least do a few more laps to get a bit more SR? So I'm not exactly like going all out right now. I'm just thinking to myself that I'm happy with my 118.5, and that, you know, it would be nice to get a little bit of safety rating, a little bit more safety rating. And in fact, that last lap was a 119.080. So, as you can see, I'm really not. So, at this point, I think I've realised that there's not much likelihood of me going faster, or, you know, I've kind of settled for the 118.5 lap time, and I'm just thinking, okay, do a few more laps, improve your SR a little bit more. Why not, you know? Also quite lucky because these qualifying sessions are not on your own, but with other people, so I think I was kind of lucky that I didn't get held up by anyone. You know, so far in this whole qualifying, I've not really seen any other players, which is good. The thing that was also funny, I mean, I was happy with my 118.5, but it turned out at the end of the qualifying that I was the slowest guy in the qualifying of the McLaren. There was only about 3 other guys in McLarens in the qualifying session, but I ended up being the slower one. But it's kind of weird. You would have thought that everyone would try to qualify, but usually when you're in a race, maybe only a quarter at the most, maybe a third at the very most of the people in your race will qualify. Most people just seem to not qualify, but yeah, you would have thought in this kind of game that more people would qualify, but it really isn't like that. It's almost like sometimes I wish they forced people to qualify before a race, so that you did, you know, so everyone did some kind of qualifying. Because right now in iRacing, any race you do, it doesn't really matter what kind of level the race is. You get, you know, the first quarter or third at the most of the field who qualified, then everyone else hasn't qualified. So sometimes it's annoying because you get guys that are faster than you, but they haven't qualified, so they're behind you. And then, if they're not the best at overtaking, they might cause an accident or something. So. Anyway, so right now I'm feeling quite happy. I'm actually on the 6th lap. I've not crashed out. My last lap was a 119.7, so as you can see, I'm kind of going around the track fast, but I'm not really pushing the envelope. I'm thinking to myself that I can just run a few more laps to hopefully get a bigger SR increase on my, you know, after this qualifying. I mean, I think if I'd really tried to push, if I'd tried to go faster than 18.5, then I would have crashed out. I don't think, you know, a qualifying session is not really the place for you to try out new things, you know. You try out new things in a practice, you don't try out new things in a qualifying session. So here we go. I was more than happy with my 18.5, 118.5. You know, I was very content with my qualifying session. showing some replays, and like I said earlier, look, I'm like the slowest person who qualified, but still that qualifying time would be enough to get me